Hey everyone, my name's Todd Mackey. I just wanted to share with you a little bit today about what Decred is and what it does. There's a website you can look at called https docs.decred.org, docs.decred.org. Feel free to check it out on your free time. I just want to walk you through it to see what Decred is all about. Decred is basically a blockchain, right? It's a blockchain-based crypto with a strong focus on community input, open governance, and sustainable funding for development. It utilizes a hybrid proof of work, proof of stake mining system to ensure that a small group cannot dominate the flow of transactions or make changes to Decred without the input of the community. A unit of currency in Decred is called an actual Decred. You can call it a token, you can call it a coin, whatever it does, it is there to serve you and to pursue sovereignty. A smaller unit can be broken down into an atom. So there's 21 million Decred that will ever be produced into existence, and sure enough, we're almost there. It takes a little bit of time. I think it's like every 21 days or so, the block reward, which is the inflation rate, drops about 1%. It's between 12 and 21 days. Um, I published something a little bit earlier on X today that I can share with you what that's all about. So what it is it's a subsidy of 1% that goes to the POW miners. That's proof of work, people that mine the coins. Then you got stakers. That subsidy that's rewarded is about 89%, which is currently about 1.09 Decred here in September, beginning of September 2025. Then 10% of that reward from each block goes to the Decred treasury. So there's a broken down split, and you can see that it's always going to feed the treasury. And Decred docs goes into how the Decred Constitution sets the guiding principles for the project. In other words, how are amendments proposed through Politeia? How can money actually be spent? How can the funds be released through the Politeia network of voting out of the Treasury? And it's completely decentralized. The Treasury isn't in control of one person. It's all part of this blockchain. It gets into a little bit more on the governance, how it's governed, the various wallets you can use. The biggest one that we use, one of the more capable, I would say, is Decrediton. It's got a really good guided user interface. There's also the SPV wallet that's set up. You can actually use Decrediton as an SPV, and it goes into what the SPV is all about. Basically, it's not a light wallet. It's a little bit more advanced. It uses block headers to verify transaction data on previous blocks. It goes into a little bit about the proof of stake voting, how it actually works. There's, for every block that's mined, I believe there's 5 tickets that are voted on per block. So it's a pretty good way to verify the miner's data. You can also look into the Lightning Network, which is built on top of, it's actually built on top of the blockchain, and that's a really good one. You'll see that it runs a few different protocols, including what's called Bison Relay. So not only does it send transactions on a layer 2 network, but it can build upon that, which would be like the Bison Relay, which is another, wasn't actually fully funded by the protocol through the treasury, but it was built alongside of it as a way to communicate without anybody interfering with your transactions. And there's a lot of things that can be built upon it. So that's a little bit about docs.decred.org. I wanted to get into the website. The primary website you'll see is here called decred.org. Okay, right now it's called Decred Money Evolved. It's gone through a few different variations using a few different characters along the way we've always kept the same symbol, You can access wallets, exchanges, where can you actually trade and find Decred. Alchemy is one that's not listed on here yet, but most of these are still active, and you'll see that they're indicated in a really nice hue of green. Binance, unfortunately, if you're in the US, you cannot use Binance, but you can definitely use DCR Dex, which is currently called Bison Wallet. Another one that's really popular that's being used is called Cake Wallet, and there they have a lot of great coins you can check out as well. Let's look at community here. So different platforms we use. I mentioned Bison Relay. Where you can check out proposals is through the Politeia system. There's also a voting dashboard, GitHub. We use Matrix, Discord, Telegram, X, Reddit, and Instagram. A few different publications you can check out. We've used the Cypherpunk Times in the past, Decred Journal, which is updated regularly, the Politeia Digest. There's also YouTube. Feel free to check out our YouTube channel, and Medium. For support, feel free to check out the support channel on Matrix. That's where most of the devs hang out, as well as some of the other folks that are involved with the project that would be happy to help you out through the project itself. Now, another great thing about this is you could see exactly what's going on. So we've hit 1 million blocks in Decred recently. We're currently 7,500 past 1 million blocks, so it's actually gone pretty well, pretty smooth. We've never had any downtime. We've always been pretty consistent in keeping up with the protocol changes. Even the switch from Blake 256 to Blake 3 had been a major success. That's the hashing algorithm that we use. You'll see that there's a 10-minute block times. Well, actually, it's typically 5-minute block times, but it changes occasionally due to the what do they call it? The Satoshi came out with this, which was one of his greatest inventions, or one of his greatest additions to all the technology that existed, and that was the difficulty adjustment. So you'll see the difficulty adjustment changes a lot more quick than the 2 weeks that it typically changes in Bitcoin, and it makes it currently the difficulty adjustment had made the hash 935,000 with a hash rate of 0.01 petahash. Now you got some block reward reduction. You'll see that there's 7 hours and 25 minutes remaining for the block reward that we currently have in mining until it's reduced. A few things on ticket voting. This can be confusing for some folks, but in order to actually vote on the network, there has to be proof of stake, and that's where you put up at least 213 DCR in order to purchase a ticket. Okay, the next ticket price you could see is going to go up there to 215. So if you buy it now, you're actually going to get a lot better deal than if you wait another, I don't know, we'll say, when is the next ticket price adjustment? 3 hours and 25 minutes. So you got a pretty good price, a discounted price, save 2 DCR up until 3 hours from now, and you'll be fine. There's the vote reward. You got 1.09 DCR per vote. So if you're lucky enough in the lottery to get your ticket counted in the vote, which helps secure the blockchain, they will reward you. And that's going to be the staking reward of 1.09 DCR in your favor. So it's actually going to be placed into your wallet where you stake from. Currently, we see that there's 9,658,406 DCR currently staked. That is 56.8% of the circulating supply. Here we talk about the treasury. This is the distribution. There's about $14.8 million, almost $15 million in the treasury, which consists of 902 plus DCR. Currently, the coin supply just passed 17 million mined into existence. So you got 17 million DCR floating out there, which is $280 million worth of value of DCR. Of that, 62% is mixed. There's also a treasury block reward, which you'll see for every block that's mined, 0.61 DCR go into the treasury, which is about $10 every 5 minutes. Current price, if you're going to exchange your DCR for USD or lay down some USD on an exchange, the typical exchange rate that you'll find is about $16.44 or 44 cents at this current time. You can also look at the mempool. You can see what's going on in there. You can see what tickets have been revoked. There's been 5 tickets that have voted. There's quite a lot of information that we can cover. I don't want to take all of your time today, but I did want to say check out Decred if you're looking for a project that really hits home. That's going to be one that is for the ages, I believe. If you hold on to it long enough, you'll see that there's a really good reward that can come about just because of your securing the network. It takes a little bit of money. Like I said, it's $16 a coin times 213. So there you have it. That's the amount that you're going to have to pony up in order to participate in voting in this network and earning rewards through staking. Or you can go ahead and buy some miners and you can actually do your deal with mining. So it's a great thing you can check out. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm on X at you can find me at the Todd F. Mackey or Financial Boot Camp on X. That's where I primarily check out and research and find out data about what's going on with the project. But don't forget that Telegram, Discord, and Matrix as well. Y'all have a great day, and thanks for tuning in.